Welcome to class 4. Today we are doing scapulothoracic dissociation of movement. That means that we are trying to move out of the shoulder blade moving without the thoracic spine moving, and then the thoracic spine moving without the shoulder blade moving. So, what you need for the class today is a band, a mat, a pillow, and a wall close by. Go and get your things, and I'll see you now. We're going to start with our pre-assessment. So come into your all fours position, option 1, having the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and the spine in a neutral alignment. And then from this position, without arching your lower back, I want you to try and keep your core engaged and drop your chest down towards the floor, keeping the elbows straight. And then trying to get your scapulars or your shoulder blades to touch. That's how much you have to squeeze and drop the chest. And then push your hands into the floor like you're pushing a door closed and round into the shoulder blades here. So you're getting the shoulder blades to move away from each other. And instead of arching your back or mid-back, you're just moving through your shoulders. And then slowly again, squeezing shoulder blades together, dropping the chest down, keeping the core active, not tilting the tailbone too much, and then pushing away through your shoulder blades. So you're feeling it all, even a stretch into the neck. Keep your chin tucked in towards your chest, a nice long spine, and then go again. Get the shoulder blades to squeeze. Chest down, core engaged, no big tilt in the lower back, and then push away. So we're isolating the movement to the mid-back and the shoulder blades. And then now the second option will be to have the hands a little bit more forward. So you can take it to the top of the mat and then lean the body a little bit forward. So your hips are not directly over your knees and your hands are not directly over or under your shoulders. Now in the same position, you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together, keeping your core nice and active, no tilt or tuck of the tailbone, and then push the floor away from you. And again, get the shoulder blades to touch, squeeze them nice and close together, keep your core active, and push away. So all the movement is coming from the shoulder blades. You're not rounding through your mid-back. And again, squeeze shoulder blades together and then push the floor away from you. Option 3, take the hands a little bit closer again, but not directly underneath the shoulders, and then you're going to lift your knees off of the floor. And then just try and do the same motion again, keeping your core active, no tilt or no big tuck in your tailbone, and then push the floor away from you. And do that 2 more times, squeezing the shoulder blades together and then pushing away, all from your shoulder blades. Squeeze and push. Last one, squeeze and push. And then come down onto the knees. So we're going to start our class now and go through the motions to try and get you into a stronger position with your shoulders, your shoulder blade, and your mid-back. So let's start with a little bit of core. Turning over onto your back, lying all the way down, and then taking the legs up into a dead bug position. If this is too difficult for you, you can keep your feet on the floor. And then take the arms up overhead. In this position, I want you to take the hands back, thumbs facing towards the floor. Get the thumbs to touch. Keep your rib cage pulling down towards your hips. Reach the shoulders up into your ears. Keep your core active and ribs pulling down towards your hips. And then bring the hands all the way back. Push your shoulder, the back of the shoulder down onto the ground. And then lift them off. Reaching back, getting the thumbs to touch. And then lifting back up and down. Get the back of the shoulders to touch. Lift and take the thumbs back. Keep shoulders up into your ears. Keep rounding your scapula around your rib cage. Bring it back up and bring the back of the shoulder down to touch. Lift it off. Take it back. Shoulder joint up into the ears. Bring it back and down. Last one, push up. Take it all the way back and then bring it all the way forward. Hug the knees into the chest, and then we're going to go just a little bit further into that one. So taking either having your legs on the floor or into a dead bug position or at a 45-degree angle with the legs nice and straight. Take the hands all the way overhead and lift your head. Keep your chin tucked in towards your chest. Then bring the hands back. Keep this position. Try get your hands to touch the knees and then reach all the way back. Shoulders up into the ears, thumbs to touch the floor behind you, and then bring it back. 3 more. Bring it back. 2, reach, bring it back. Last one, hold it here, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands all the way back to the knees, hug the knees in to your chest. 1 step further. Taking the legs into dead bug position or on the floor or into your 45-degree angle, and then dropping it down if you can, taking the hands up overhead, reach back and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hug the knees in. The core should be nice and active. Now we turn over into our all fours again. And we're going to have our hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take the right hand, lift it off, and reach the thumb up into the sky. Make sure your core is active, ribs pulling down towards the hips, and then your left shoulder can do some scapular push-ups. So you're just dropping the chest down and pushing it away. 2, down, 3, keeping the elbow straight, core active, 4, lifting the thumb up, 5, keep going, 6, 7, 8, keep pushing, 9, last one, 10. Take the right hand down and then raise the left thumb up towards the sky, bicep quite close to your ear, and then same movement with the right shoulder. Bringing the chest down, pushing it away, keeping your core active and not opening up the chest as you twist. Keep going. Core nice and active. 5 more. 4, left arm nice and strong. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the left hand down. Take the right hand to the left shoulder and then tuck the back toes. See if you can lift the knees off of the floor. Drop them back down, nice and controlled. Lift. Drop down and lift. Drop and lift. Drop. Last one, lift. Take it down, nice and controlled. Right hand to the floor, underneath the shoulder, left hand to touch the right shoulder. Tuck the back toes, keep the core engaged, push off. And 1. Lift. 2. Lift. 3. Lift. 4. Last one. And 5. Take the left hand down underneath the left shoulder, tuck the back toes, and then we are going to come into a downward facing dog. Make sure that you are pushing your hands or pushing your chest away from the floor as you push into your downward facing dog. And then bring the knees down to touch and lift back up. Down to touch. Keep pushing. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it in your downward facing dog. Make sure your scapula is rotating around your rib cage. So you have to bring your biceps up towards the sky. Elbow creases facing up towards the sky. Just focusing on the arms in this position, and then trying to bring the chest closer towards the thighs, making sure your knees are bent if your hamstrings are tight, and then placing your knees down onto the ground. Take the right hand underneath the left and then just twist into threading the needle. Come back, place the right hand down onto the floor, left hand threads through. Hold it there. And then come back up. Now we're going to move against the wall. So just take your mat closer to the wall. And then in this position, you're going to have your elbows in line with your shoulders. Thumbs up towards the sky. And you're going to reach the right hand up and take it all the way back. Bring it down to the wall, slide the elbow down, and then do it with the left. Reaching up, taking it back, squeezing shoulder blades together, taking the hand to the floor, wall, and back down. Reach it back. So keep going like this. Nice movements of your scapula reaching up into elevation, dropping it down. Really good movements for anyone with neck pain, because it really helps with the scapula to relieve that upper trap tension. Keep going from side to side. 3 more. 2 and 1. Now keep your elbows in the same position, directly in line with your shoulders, and in this position we're just going straight up, both hands, and then reaching thumbs off of the floor, keeping your core active, elbows to the floor, wall, and bring it down. Slide it up, reach it back, core engaged, bring the hands to the floor and down. Reach it up. Take it down. 2 more. Reach and down. Last one. Reach and bring it all the way down. Relax your arms and then just move your knees a little bit further away from the wall. And this time you're going to have your hands directly in front of your shoulders and dropping the chest down towards the floor to get a stretch through your pecs, through the shoulder joint here. Keep your core active, so don't arch your back too much. And then keep pushing the chest down towards the floor. And then keeping your shoulders nice and still, just trying to round into the mid-back. And then dropping the chest back down. Round into the mid-back, so you're not just moving your shoulders, you're moving the mid-back, and then drop the chest down. Try focus your tension or your attention to the mid-back as you do this. 3 more. 2. And 1. And then come off against the wall and back onto your mat. Now this time, we're going to come up into a downward facing dog. Pushing the shoulders up into the ears, rotating your scapula or your shoulder blade around your rib cage, so that you can see or get your armpits to face each other. It's a very important cue that you must try and get. And then try and bring the knees down to touch. Tilt the tailbone towards the sky, squeeze shoulder blades together and look forward. And then get your back into a neutral position, keeping your core active. Push the floor away from you to get the scapulas engaged. Then slowly lift the knees off of the floor, push into a downward facing dog. Shoulders up into the ears, but then also your scapulas around your rib cage. Very important. And then slowly come down, bringing the knees to the floor and squeezing shoulder blades together. Really nice and tight, keeping core active, not a big tilt in your tailbone, keeping quite a neutral spine. And then push the floor away from you. Keep active, lift the knees and push into a downward facing dog, trying to keep the scapulas around the rib cage as you do this. Slowly bring it back down. Squeeze shoulder blades together. 3 more. Push the floor away from you. Lift the knees and push into a downward facing dog, trying to get the scapulas around the rib cage. Shoulders up into the ears. Slowly move forward, bringing the knees down to touch, squeezing shoulder blades together. Last one. Pushing the hands into the floor, chest away from the floor, and then lifting the knees, pushing to downward facing dog, wrapping the shoulder blades around your rib cage, and then coming forward, dropping the knees all the way to the ground, squeezing shoulder blades together. And then lie down on your stomach, but have the pillow underneath your stomach. And then I want you to tuck in your tailbone so that you're getting a nice neutral spine, core is active. Take the hands out in front of you and your forehead down onto the ground. And then in this position, you're going to raise the right arm up and then switch and raise the left arm. And keep alternating between the two. Very simple movements, but need to be done properly, wrapping the shoulder blade around the rib cage and keeping your core active so that you're not moving through your mid-back here. All the movement is coming from the shoulder joint and the shoulder blade rather than overreaching through your lower back and mid-back. 3 more. 2 and 1. Take the hands out into a T position. Thumbs are still facing up towards the sky. And then at the same time, you're going to lift, squeezing shoulder blades together, and then slowly dropping down. Keep the core active. Lift and lower. Squeeze shoulder blades. Make sure both sides are squeezing at the same pace. Both thumbs are reaching up. As you drop or lower the hands, the scapulas are moving around the rib cage. I want you to feel that motion. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Take the thumbs down, hands down, and then take the hands all the way back. This time your thumbs are facing up, but now we're going to take them to the ground and the pinkies are up. Keep squeezing shoulder blades together and lift at the same pace, the pinky finger all the way up into the sky. Keep activating into your mid-back, keeping your core active so that you're not getting any tension through your lower back or your mid-back. Just feeling it with the shoulder blades moving instead of your mid-back. 3 more. 2 and 1. Take the hands underneath your shoulder blades and reach up, coming into an upward dog or a cobra if that's too much for you. Remember, if your lower back is very tight, you've got to just make sure that you're going slowly into these extensions of the spine. And then slowly come back down again. And you're going to reach the thumbs up again, nice and tall, reaching the shoulder blades up into the ears, keeping your core active. Raise both hands up. Take them out into your T position. Bring it back, up, and down. Make sure you're focusing on your scapulas and noting the movement here. So reach the thumbs up. See how the tips of the scapula or the bottom of the scapula is coming around your rib cage as you do that. Then as you come across into your T position, the shoulder blades are squeezing together. And then as we go up again, the scapulas are rounding again around your rib cage. And bring it down into your T position, squeezing shoulder blades together. And bring it back up. 3 more. Down, thumbs up, keep squeezing shoulder blades together, and bring it back. 2 more. Squeeze, and lift. Last one. Squeeze, and then lift. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, and then come into your upward dog if it's available to you. Or you can just stay in your cobra, squeezing your shoulder blades together as much as possible. One more time. This time we're going to incorporate the lower part. So, taking your head back down, reaching the hands up, thumbs up into the sky, reach into your T position. From here, you're moving your baby finger up towards the ceiling, and then reaching back as far as you can, reaching the baby finger up into the sky. Now coming into your T position, rotating and bringing the thumb up towards the sky, squeezing shoulder blades, and reaching all the way up overhead. And again, coming back into your T position, squeezing shoulder blades together, and then rotating baby finger up towards the sky, reach it up, and then come back into your T position, all the way overhead. You can rest here. 3 more. Reach up, squeeze shoulder blades together, keep the core active, then rotate fingertip, baby finger to the sky, back into your T, and then all the way back up. Rest it here. 2 more. Reach it up. Take it into your T position, squeezing shoulder blades together, core active, and then rotating baby finger up towards the sky, coming back into your T, and all the way back. Relax the arms down. Last one. Tuck in tailbone, core active, reach the thumbs up, take it all the way into a T position, rotate baby finger up towards the ceiling, bring it back into your T and all the way overhead. Taking the hands underneath the shoulders and coming into your upward facing dog or into your cobra. Squeezing shoulder blades together here. So this is very good to get your scapula moving without your mid-back moving. So you have to keep your core engaged all the time with this. So now coming into a kneeling position. Take the hands to the side of the body, fingertips or your baby finger facing back, reaching back as far as you can, squeezing your shoulder blades together. And then as you move into a T position, reach the thumbs back behind you. Keep squeezing shoulder blades, keep your core active, and then reach shoulder blades all the way up, shoulders up into the ears, and all the way overhead, rotating your scapulas around your rib cage. Bring it back down, thumbs back, and then rotate pinky back. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Making sure your core is active, so I don't want to see an arch in the back. Your core is nice and active as you do this. So, pinky fingers are back. Rotate back into your T position, keeping core active, and then reach all the way overhead, trying to bring your scapulas around the rib cage, shoulders up into the ears, drop back down, and then rotate baby finger to the back of the room. 3 more like that. Coming back into your T position, reaching overhead, shoulders up into the ears, bringing it back down, and then rotating baby finger to the back of the room. 2 more. Coming back, reaching up, back to your T, and then baby finger to the ceiling. 2 more. Thumb to T position, reach overhead, bring it back and down. Last one. Reach overhead, bring it slowly down, baby finger to the sky, and relax all the way down. And now, I want you to come back into your pre-assessment. So your post-assessment now, taking the hands underneath the shoulders. And then I want you to try in each position. So keeping your core active, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, squeeze shoulder blades together and feel the difference from the beginning of the class until now. Just by moving the scapulas, now you can get your shoulder blades to almost touch. But keep the core active so that you're not gaining range through your mid-back or lower back. So you really have to keep your core active as you do this. And then push the floor away from you, making sure you're not rounding into your mid-back, but just pushing shoulder blades away from each other. And then again, dropping the chest down, keeping the elbows straight, core active, and then push away. Last one, squeeze shoulder blades together, and then push it away. And now we're coming into our second option. So moving the hands forward to the top of the mat so that your shoulders are not directly over the hands, and then moving the hips forward so that the hips are not directly over your knees. And then in this position, same thing again, squeeze shoulder blades together, see how much more range you have, and then push the floor away. 2 more, squeeze, core active, and push. Last one, squeeze, and push. And now we're coming into our plank. So it may be difficult for some of you, but I want you to try and just see how it feels. So taking the hands a little bit further away from underneath the shoulders, and then tucking the back toes, coming into your plank position, and then squeezing shoulder blades together, seeing how far you can go, and then pushing away. 2 more, squeeze and push. Last one, squeeze and push. Bring the knees back down, come down onto your stomach, and we're going to come into a little bit of a stretch. So taking the right hand underneath the left, and then reaching the left hand across the body, and you're going to just do nice movements from side to side here. Just feeling a stretch through the deltoids, through the shoulder blades, a little bit of the neck. And then we're going to switch sides. So first take the right arm out, keep the left hand where it is, just drop it down underneath the chest, and then reach right hand across and move from side to side. And then come back to center, taking the arms out into a T position. Reach the left foot back, trying to stretch through your pec muscles here at your chest, and just opening up nice and slowly. Come back to center, switch to the other side, left arm out, right leg coming back to open up here. Keep feeling that stretch through the pec muscles. And then come back up into a seated position, either cross-legged or kneeling, and then take your arm overhead and just stretch through the tricep here. So taking the hand to touch your mid-back and feel the stretch all the way through your tricep and into the lats. Keep your core active, pulling the ribs down towards the hips. And last one, to the other side, dropping the hand down to touch, stretching through your shoulder. And then relax the arms down. I hope you enjoyed Scapulothoracic Dissociation of movement, a long, big word, but it's just to get the shoulder blades moving instead of moving with your mid-back. So try and do these classes more often so that you can grasp the concept, and then you will find it easier in day-to-day movements. I'll see you at the next class.